happens in your life, you remember dates and times to the back of your hand. My parents divorced when I was in the 8th grade, and ever since separation, I spent as much time with my dad as I possibly could. But due to the fact that I was mainly with my mom at the time, going back and forth between both parents became a struggle and became tiring. But soon my visits with my dad became shorter due to the fact that I was traveling weekend after weekend with my competitive speech and debate team in high school. And then our visits turned into 10-minute phone calls once or twice a week, and I saw him occasionally every chance that I got. This past summer of 2016, on August 8th, I met with my dad at the DPS office, decided to take my driver's test because I didn't have a driver's license, and I was due to start my freshman year at Texas State University, and I needed a license. So sadly, there was a 3-month wait, so I couldn't take my driver's test. My dad said, don't worry, I'll drive to San Marcos once you get situated, and we'll take the test, and then we'll be all situated. And then after, we had dinner at my favorite donut place back where I live, and he kept telling me how proud he was about me starting my next chapter in my life in just 2 weeks, and how excited he was to bring me up to my move-in day at Texas State, and how we were going to hang out with his sisters, my aunts, and it was just going to be a really good day. And I hugged my dad, and I told him I loved him at 10:52 a.m., and on the next day, on August 9th, I got a phone call from him at Chick-fil-A, and I remember specifically every word that was in the conversation because that was the last time I spoke to my father, and that was the last time I told my father that I loved him. And then on the next day, on August 10th, in the evening at 6:17 p.m., I got a call saying that my father had passed away. It was a call that came completely unexpected and completely tore my world apart. I felt my heart break into a million pieces, and I was so devastated. My dad took off work because he felt sick. He was watching the news in his recliner chair and he fell asleep and he never woke up. My dad lived for 63 years. He had a great life. My dad was my best friend, my motivator, my rock, my biggest fan, and the greatest dad ever. There's so much I never got to tell him before he passed away, but now I know he knows. And I know that my dad is watching me from heaven right now, and everything that I do is for him. I live through him, and my dad always told me that I was his hero. And I'm gonna continue to make him proud for miles up above. My name is Matthew Cannon, I'm a student at Texas State University. And I have recognized and explored my shadow self.
Because people didn't think the way that I thought, because people didn't view life the way that I viewed life early as a child, it was hard for me to communicate with people on a different level. In high school, there were times where I could simply stay home, watch TV, and get more enjoyment out of just simply sitting on the roof, listening to music, looking at the stars, than my friends turning up, smoking and drinking. There was a time earlier this year that I met someone named Patrick. Patrick's a cool guy. Patrick, he thought the way somewhat like I thought, but he was kind of on the wrong path. It was in July that Patrick told me in the car while I was driving. He turned the music down, he looked at me and said, "Dre, you saved my life." I thought he was joking, I was waiting for the punchline. And I looked at his face and he told me, "Dre, you saved my life." I didn't know what he meant by that because, you know, you're 20 years old and someone tells you you saved their life. What are you supposed to say? Patrick told me I was the coolest, most conscious guy he ever known. He told me that my way of thinking, my thought process, how I carried myself was a way that intrigued him, was a way that made him change the way he looked at life. I met one of Pat's friends, Michael, one of his best friends. I thought Michael was such a cool guy. I thought I could relate to this person. Like, Michael was a cool guy for Pat, and they needed each other like two peas in a pod. I want to fast forward to November 11, 2016. It was around noontime. Patrick sent me a text message. He said, "Dre, you remember Michael?" I was like, "Yeah, he was a cool guy." And he told me Michael died early that morning. He didn't tell me why, but I knew it was something that wasn't worth dying over. I didn't know what Patrick meant when he told me I saved his life in July. On November 11th, I knew what he meant. From that moment on, I know not to change and to remain who I am. I know that my purpose in life is to put smiles on other people's faces, to remain who I am, to be true who I am, and to carry myself the same way. Not everyone is going to view life the same way that you view life. Not everyone is going to carry themselves the way that you carry themselves, and you can't change everyone's life. But even if you can change one life, I feel like that's a big part of changing your own life. My name is Ray Woodard. I'm a student at Texas State University. I have recognized and explored my shadow self.